there's a joke about two boys talking, and one says, I taught my dog to whistle. And the other boy said, well, I don't hear him. He said, I taught him. I didn't say he learned it. And I think sometimes we teachers are so interested in teaching, we forget about the learning part.
Yuba City is approximately 45 minutes to an hour north of Sacramento. We're a bedroom community. We are known for our agriculture in Yuba City. We're a district and a community of diversity, with the primary languages being English, Spanish, and Punjabi. Yuba City Unified specifically has 13,000 students, preschool through high school. 23% of our students are English learners. 70% are identified as socioeconomically disadvantaged.
Well, that is next week.
Oh, you have a meeting?
Okay. Well, that's what we're working on, starting next week.
See, you two are the perfect people to do that.
When the project was brought to us, I had full confidence in Suzanne and Clarissa, knowing that what their passion is regarding teacher development, and so it was an easy project to agree to.
I received a recruitment application through the National Board Center at Stanford, and then I told Clarissa they want teams, so we need to apply for this because we could do it in science. It's many, many subject areas, but I said, I think science is really the key for English learners and poor readers, but all students, because you can build a language from something meaningful if they didn't have that in their cultural background, whereas science was sort of universal, sort of like music.
Teachers already take natural leadership roles, but to do so with their peers takes a little bit more support. Suzanne was part of the science project statewide, so she's always brought a certain enthusiasm for science here to Yuba City. Daryl's a member of the YCTA bargaining team, so he'd already been actively engaged in his union work with us, and then I knew him as a science teacher who'd been quite successful, and I think the three of them make a great team to work together. They bring a range of experience as well as a range of knowledge.
Well, since the ILC project, we now have teachers teaching teachers workshops. In the past, it had been a lot of contracted people would come in and teach us different things, but now I'd say that teachers are being valued, and definitely the teachers in Yuba City are trying NGSS out, and they know what it is now. Tell us what some of your understandings of NGSS are.
Two of the teachers that I worked with on campus started getting involved, Suzanne and Clarissa. They were bringing us information, tasks, kind of what's coming, what to look forward to as a school site. This is what we think could apply to your classroom. And it kind of developed from there, from doing teacher-led professional developments at our school site again, and inviting our school to really a district-wide phenomenon with teachers from all over the district. Sometimes we'd have principals attending to kind of see what is coming, what is the newest information, how can we support each other.
Our district people support our ideas, and they also support our teachers to come to the trainings. They pay them to come, which in the beginning we asked that they would do that.
I think the work with a project helps us create the systems that we need to have in place far beyond the project. So it's really helped us figure out how to cross-collaborate, how to set up opportunities for teachers to learn from each other. Having the right people in those spots, I think, is a very critical component to it as well.
In the past, our teachers have been really curriculum heavy, and the professional development that we've been trying to provide to our teachers is showing them how we could provide opportunities for students by looking at how we can integrate the standards across content areas where they're not so focused just on one particular area, where we can combine those things to make a more integrated approach for students.
I thought, wow, these people really like science, but then it became, captivating. You wanted to also participate with them. You also wanted to know all that they knew, and you can ask them a lot of questions about things, and they always knew the answer, and if they didn't, they would ask me, well, what do you think? They've done a lot of work for our district. They also are providing these opportunities for us because they're really student advocates.
Next generation science standards are brand new for folks, and especially at K-5, aren't as comfortable with science as, say, the 9, 12 folks.
I have always had science anxiety, and so I knew that it would be a disservice to my students if I wasn't providing them hands-on activities where they could explore their natural environment in their everyday worlds.
What are the parts of a plant, and do you know what they need to survive? So before you share, think about it first.
Nathan's very enthusiastic. He's come from the very beginning to our workshops, and we have many teachers who have. And I think they're excited about it. He's become a science facilitator, and so now I think we have 30 science facilitators. These are teachers who started coming to workshops, and now they're giving workshops. And the thing is, students are learning from this too. Now they're interested in science. They want to study science. They want to study engineering. Not that we want them all to be scientists and engineers, but we want them to develop understanding about world events and things that will affect them. And so they should have knowledge and understanding how they can respond to this.
Science is important for people to figure things out and learn. People are naturally curious and want to learn about things. Science is the perfect way to do that.
Going through the strike was definitely, things had kind of reached a point where things weren't working so well in our district between the teachers and administration. And so that was rough, but we did get through it.
The ILC team knew me before the strike and know me after the strike, and so I think there's a trust there. They know that I believe in teacher development and collaboration, and so I think it was, although a difficult time, we've been able to move forward, and I think that we just carried on.
But the other piece that came out for us was that our community really valued us. That helped get us through the strike, and it helped afterwards.
Afterwards, we were able to work in a positive relationship to develop some of the capacity needed in our school district.
That summer, we had, I think it was our first year to ever write out a plan to build capacity. So we sent out flyers on the internet to our teachers, and they signed up. We had big turnouts that year, and each time they would come, we were trying to heal them too. And we would always say, you know, we're so glad that you came, but we want to remind you that the district 100% supports this and is really proud of you guys for coming to the trainings after teaching all day long. The ILC really was kind of like the bridge between the teachers and the district after the strike was over.
We moved on a professional development and doing better so we can help our students.
We are now implementing the new NGSS curriculum, so giving students an opportunity to practice what they're learning in school.
We decided to do a family science and engineering night. The goal with that is to not only just to reach and provide training to the teachers where they learn the engineering practices, but also we used it as an outlet to be able to communicate to the public of what's taking place, and then also to provide students and parents an opportunity to do hands-on activities and engage in engineering activities. And then hopefully our goal is to show the teachers how that excitement that they have in that one night can be also be brought into the classroom during the regular school day.
We had 19 teachers volunteer to come for our school to help out with the activities. And we had over 300 students come in. Our principal was so supportive. She provided refreshments for everyone, which was something that we did not ask for. And so I feel that the ILC work has been very positive in the realization that learning for students is critical, and everyone supports it, both at the school level, at the parent level, and the district level.
I don't think we've had something like this, and again, this gives opportunities to children to be exposed to areas of science and math, and as you can see, there's a lot of participation, and all the parent participation as well.
My goal is to make Yuba City a hub for NGSS and science, and learning in the 21st century for Northern California. And my goal is to other school districts around the surrounding area come to us for professional development.
I have a t-shirt that says, "Science is like magic, but it's real." And that's what the students, when they realize that, and when teachers realize that, it really creates magic kind of in your classroom.
The ILC, all of us being part of that, has helped us to push ourselves and push our district to really get science rolling. Everybody knows about NGSS in Yuba City now.
Teachers play many roles, and so do our students today. Whether they're second language, whether they have a learning disability, it doesn't matter. When you step into this classroom, we are scientists. And that support of having teachers and science leads and facilitators, and then district level TOSAs, and then a district that supports teacher-led professional development like the ILC supports, and those strategies, we're able to implement that in the classroom. And that integration is key. So even as teachers, if we approach learning like scientists, we're able to be more effective.